in of 45 days of the challenge. As you can see, I'm a little dolled up and it's early in the day, so you know it's a commuting day. I've already said my prayers. I've had a good breakfast. I'm slowly getting into, I think, a pretty good routine at home. I think. um, so, okay, I have a couple of things I'm going to ramble on about. Obviously, I'm not going to be reading the chat. It's not going to be humanly possible. Um, so, I'm just going to talk. If Miss D over at Lashare TV hops on, good morning to you. And her daughter just actually started a channel, so hopefully I'll find out channel name. And then I'll be able to shout that out to you guys as well. I know in like 2.5 seconds this is going to recalibrate and be like, okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back again. All right. Hey, she is on here. Okay. So, routine wise, well, let me address the challenge first. All right, so on commuting days, especially days like today on Friday, I'm on campus earlier, and our campus is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I cannot help but walk around when I'm there. So by default, I get a lot of movement. I mean, I move around so much that I refuse to sit down at my desk. I actually have one of those like rising, you can sit, you can stand, you can whatever you want. I typically will just stand. But it's just such a beautiful campus. Just being able to see the desert, the mountains. Anyways, I can go on for days. So movement wise, I'm not too worried there. And then as far as the paper, so I did let Dee know, and I let her know, her and I message all the time. But I was like, I submitted the draft again. So by the time I get to work, and probably right now, the guy in student services that runs the turn it in report or whatever, he typically turns everything around before like 8 o'clock in the morning my time. So I don't know if he's like on the East Coast. No, he's somewhere in the Phoenix area. Anyways, obviously he gets down to business because he gets stuff done quick. So basically, I'm pretty sure by the time I get to campus, I will have already got a clean report, and I will be able to submit it into the system so they can go ahead and start reviewing the manuscript, giving me the green light to go ahead and submit my IRB. And then meanwhile, while all of that's happening, I will finally get back to what I was supposed to be doing like a week and a half ago, and working on the preliminary oral defense and basically defending my paper with my chair and the committee member. So fingers crossed that's happening in the coming week or two. I'm pretty good about PowerPoint. Y'all heard me say that 1,000 times. My main thing is that I need to practice talking about the material and just get confident talking about it, just like I talk about these things in class, like in early childhood. But true to form, for those of you that are writers, you might relate to this. But when I'm writing, especially in academic writing, there's so many different subjects that you're writing about, and they're also very similar because you're trying to prove a point. I get hyper focused on the one thing I need to do, and then I just dump and move on to the next thing, which in some aspects is great, but in other aspects it's not so good, because then I have to go back and like what the heck was I talking about? So I feel like that, like I know the purpose and the why and what my goal is in terms of doing this doctorate and what am I trying to develop. I have all of that part down. I just need to be able to break it down by like project intent. What's the purpose? What's the what sources did I include? What did I not include? All of that stuff. I need to be able to talk about that like comfortable and confidently. So that's where we are with the paper. In terms of life and just routine, because you guys know I just moved, I'm noticing, and let me backtrack. I'm very routine oriented. So it's not like I didn't have routines in our old place, because I certainly did. But when you move to a different environment and the setup is different, you have to kind of reestablish those routines in that particular environment. And so that's what I mean by, I think I'm finally kind of getting into a groove and getting into a routine. One of the first things that's very different about our kitchen versus our old house. Our old house had a galley kitchen. We had no island. There was no such thing. And although this house doesn't have a lot of counter space, to me it's like the same amount as the previous house. The only difference is we do have an island, so there's more space to prep. And so because of this island, my husband and I have agreed that we wanted to keep it clean and cleared off. And so that takes work. Not like work, but like it means that I don't want to pile up the task. I'm very much like, I want to do something every day. So then when I do the deeper cleaning on the weekend, it's not so time consuming, if that makes sense. And so last night and even Tuesday night, I find the nights that I'm going to work the next day, like going on campus, I like to do, like, I don't know, I don't want to call it a speed clean because I'm not really speeding through the clean, but we're talking, I'm vacuuming the floors, sweeping, vacuuming, mopping, wiping everything down. Like, I go through that whole routine. Um, Also, I'm an avid meal prepper. So this past weekend was the first time that I was able to actually meal prep some meals, which was great because that means we don't eat out. And pretty much during the holidays, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sick and tired of eating out. I'm over it. So it's actually nice to cook and eat at home. I'm so thankful to do that. But last night I prepped everything for this morning and made sure, and this is the other thing, our refrigerator at our old home, it was French doors, which nothing wrong with that. But there was only so much prep you could put in the refrigerator. Our new refrigerator has French doors, but the freezer is on the bottom. So typically, I would not have been able to have, like, I like my Kodiak protein pancakes, and I normally pre-prep them the night before, but I cook them the morning of. I made like a salad to go for today, just different things. So, anyways, but just being able to prep things and then being able to prep the coffee area, stuff like that, because we have the counter space and very specific stations to do it, so it makes it more manageable, and I feel like the morning has a better flow, and I'm not having to fumble around and get things out the way that I would have to do in the old place, because it was we didn't have enough countertop space to be leaving anything out. So it's just nice. It's a nice thing to do. So yeah. Also, something that I'm doing, and I'm sure you guys are like, oh my gosh, how many more things can this girl do? As an entrepreneur, there's things that I feel like I want to improve. Like, I'm in my 6th year of being an entrepreneur, and I'm not terrible, but I want to get better with bookkeeping. And especially when you're a solo entrepreneur, certain things I'm like, what are things that I actually want to pay out for a service versus what could I actually learn the skill and just do it myself. So I'm actually taking a bookkeeping course. I think it's through Coursera. I hope I'm saying that right. But anyways, if you've never been over there, guys, they have a lot of micro credentials. And if you're just like, I need to learn something, or I'm trying to learn a very specific skill, you can get some good micro credentials. And the reason why I even have an idea of what a micro credential is, and that they even have any sort of value, working in higher education, there's been a lot of conversation even at my community college that I work at about doing micro credentialing. Now that I'm taking a course, that's going to give me micro credentials. Like, I was impressed that they're like, basically, when you take this course, you're going to be able to be a bookkeeper if that's what you want to do. I'm like, what? I just think I was shocked. So I'm really impressed by that. Um, but for me, I'm like, I want to just be able to manage the two businesses that I have, um, becoming landlords and having to manage like another account, like just things like that, that I'm like, okay, this is beyond managing my stuff. I need to really understand and try to manage this from in a better way, streamlining. And so that's the whole point. But the funny thing is that with Coursea, they were saying that this course can take 4 to 6 months, but it depends on, how active you are. Like, you have to at least commit. I say, if you want to get it done in 4 to 6 months, you have to commit at least 4 to 6 hours a week. And I'm like, oh, okay, that seems doable. It's very mobile friendly, and it's also very tablet and laptop friendly. I'm saying this from active experience at this point, but it's been really helpful so far. So far. So in my mind, as things start to shift in my doctoral journey, and that's coming to an end in the coming 6 weeks, because we're going to name it and claim it, I need to start shifting gears to prepare back to being full-time in my, not full-time, but like the time that I was working on the paper is now going to be working on entrepreneurial stuff, which I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm super excited about that. So anyhow, is there anything else I want to share with you guys? I think those are the main things. I'm going to be doing some videos. I need to also do some goal updates with you all, like a monthly goal update, let you guys know where I'm at with my goals. I still am using my vision board on my phone, but I've actually thought about printing it at Staples, just because I'm like, I could technically print out this canvas sheet and it'd be nice and colorful. Only because I'm still playing around with my actual goal development plan that I developed like 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm playing around with the idea of like, if I have my vision board in front of me, and then I have my goal development plan that I developed, and I could look at the board, look at the goals, and then pair it off together type of thing, and write it in, and then be able to check in. And actually, I'm already thinking I'm going to be adding some pages into the goal development plan, because I'm like, what if you want to do like monthly check-in besides quarterly check-ins? And I do believe I have some monthly check-ins in the back, but being that I'm a little overachiever, goal-oriented kind of gal, I'm like, I need more space in this book. So anyways, I think that's all I have for you guys. Have an amazing Friday, and I don't know if I'll be able to look at this screen when I get to the light up here. But it's been good. I think I'm at like 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes with you guys. But I'm on the road again. That means I got a good hour and 55 minutes to go, and got a couple of people I need to call and touch base and check in with them. Oh, I have not finished Fourth Wing. I failed to mention that. I have not finished Fourth Wing yet. I listen to books at speed of 2, and I think I'm under 7 hours now. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm pretty sure I'll clip a good 20 minutes to an hour off today, probably when I'm driving home. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Let's see. Nope, I can't check anything. So I will talk to y'all later. I'm gonna end this live because this is like the last light before I'm done. So later.